Recognize as well, you call stretched, hate male, homosexual, hate male, atheist, hate male. Legs are stretched. A little bit, yeah. Basically me reacting to a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and even other areas. Also, comments I made against the demon lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. Let's continue on here. Person says, get over yourself. Lots of us live happy lives are transitioning through lies. If someone living their life happily through lies makes you upset, evaluate yourself. Go see therapy. Actually talked to us instead of avoiding bull, crap and misinformation from turfs, conservatives, and the Bible. Bull crap information that's true. If someone is trying to find happiness through transgender lies, then I have a problem with it. It's better to learn happiness in reality instead. I say. So your response is pretty ironic, considering science supports transgender people transitioning through lies. What is that? Scientific voices stop using phony science to justify transphobia. I can't tell you, they've probably been brainwashed by conservative Christians growing up. I feel sorry for you because you're telling you got the truth going. So spouting transphobic rhetoric no longer makes you a victim. Makes the perpetrator of hate and violence. And doesn't make me a victim. They're victims of the transgender lifestyle. Let's start out by the fact that the gender dysphoria isn't a fear, though of course it is. Obviously, the medical definition of gender dysphoria is the condition of feeling one's emotional and psychological identity. We have variance with one birth sex. So afraid of what will happen. I gotta get on. Or sense of unease, the fear that person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity through life. It's nothing to do with just fear. It has a lot to do with just fear. It's not like your entire comic is filled with both misinformation that I say is misinformation, that's the truth. About dysphoria, trans people, it's also filled with grammar and spelling mistakes because you're a human being. So screw you. Either grow up and learn that not everyone's going to fit in your conservative Christian mold. Because guess what? I'm still going to transition and lie, no matter what. When you try to say to me, I am still trans through lies. No matter what you say to me, you can cry and scream into the void to your, basically messing yourself up, messing your pants. I'm still going to be queer, going against the ways of God. You can complain until the cows come home, and I'm always going to be here. It's literally like we have been 1,000 years doing wrong. What's it called? Another link. I don't care about. Until you grow up and learn that queer people exist and aren't evil, which is never going to happen. Exist, yes. Are doing evil, not evil, not happening. You aren't welcome in my audience because I say you're not. I like you like many others don't want you around because you're telling the truth all the time, just random lies. You can either say mad or you can grow up and get over the fact that people are different through lies. Next. I know people are different. I also know people can make bad choices, like transitioning. I know that unease means fear, and that science based on surveys what people want, but not actual fact. That science is based on other surveys what people want, not actual fact. The science of anatomy says that testicles are male and ovaries are female, and the Bible says that the biological sex is wrong. Boom, done. Truth. Next, person comes at me with lies. The worst choice I have ever made was supporting pressing my gender identity, which is basically an issue. You can stop lying about your biological sex, not express your identity. Without expressing your identity, you can do that. Unease does not mean fear necessarily, other than the fact that it obviously does. What do you think unease is? It means multiple things, mostly fear. Most scientific research in medicine and psychology is based on surveys, but no, this stuff was based on, anatomy is based on anatomy. People have actually examined people's bodies and seen what is male, what is female right in front of them. No survey necessary. It doesn't matter what people like about it or don't like about it. It exists. Hello. Can you hear? That's what statistics is, but there's no statistics with the male and female. With science of anatomy, it's just what actually exists and what does not. So yeah, please learn how to spell actual, because all I have on you is spelling. I don't have any truth on you, so I got to do spelling. If you're going to try to argue against something, the Bible is known for contradicting itself because of all the authors. You can technically use the Bible to defend any opinion or not. Actually, there's a section of the Bible that got redacted and hidden away because I say it was. It's known as the Gospel of Judas. It's not real. Yeah. It was hidden away because the connection to the belief that Judas was a traitor, even though he was. Here's some basic background of it. Wikipedia. Gospel of Judas. Bullcrap. Here's what you can buy and read in its entirety. Bullcrap. Here's a small example of the contradiction right here. And why should anyone else be forced to follow your religion's rules if we don't even believe in your religion? Can I basically magnify a little bit? There you go. Listen, many other religions exist before it. And of course they aren't as good. In fact, Christianity is basically just an Oviatus Dodensi of Judaism. Ooh. Good one. True. Completion of Judaism. Okay, let's go. So not even its own religion, but it does, actually work together with Judaism really well. So it's be like if I stole the gods and religious texts from ancient Roman theism, maybe they cosplay, so, since Genshin Impact actions and effect by death and called it some stuff. And I say, actually, it's a completed version of Judaism. Ooh, this one's good. Yeah, I remember this one. Actually, it's a completed version of Judaism. The prophecies that Judaism were fulfilled in Christianity. And it is the best way of life. Also, science maybe have surveys, but also has studies of the natural world. And biology proves that there are male and female reproductive organs, and beings are born with them, and are male and or female, depending on which ones they're born with. Also, how do you suppress something that is not physical, like an identity? Legitimate questions. Legitimate questions. Dude or girl is not happy about that, so of course they go. Learn to spell if you're going to, you want the internet. Learn to spell. See, all I got is spelling. I don't have any truth. I have spelling. I gotta go after something. That's the main thing question there, people. Get them for something. Anything you can find. If you can't find anything, make stuff up. Bad stuff in his face. Made it up. Completely made it up. Boom, done. Someone says, as a Jewish person who obviously isn't practicing Judaism, most of us dislike and disagree with Christianity. Some people do. And it sucks. Christianity is not complete Judaism or Jewish culture, other than the fact it does. A rabbi named Jesus came along and actually said, here's the stuff Moses said here, and today it's fulfilled in your ear. It completes it. Sorry. I highly doubt following a religion that relies on perfectionism, brainwashing, toxicity, and exclusion of sin is the best way of life. Well, it is. Let's go. You say trans people live a lie. They do. But you refuse to acknowledge the fact that your Skydaddy book is full of contradictions because of all the different authors. Continue on here. Mistranslations, because I say it is, and missing chapters that I say are missing what they aren't. Science confirms the existence of sexes other than male and female through life, and karyotypes other than X and Y, X and Y, XY, of deformities. Continue on here. Intersex people are born with many types of reproductive organs, kind of, or the same one set of reproductive organs that is deformed. Well, deformity means that something went wrong. We can't say deformity. We have to say different kind. Got to figure out how to swing that PR speech in our favor. So different kind of reproductive organ, different kind. It's deformed ovaries or deformed testicles. But I can't say that. So different kind of ovaries, different kind of testicles. Surprise mechanics. No, we don't want here. Next. Well, it doesn't really defend your point on only two sexes, other than, of course, it does. Ignore that. Links I don't care about. You, as a Christian, cannot scream science at me when your religion followers constantly reject proven science of evolution through life. Proven science. How is it proven? Have you seen things evolve? Don't answer that. Continue on. Resting something is the same thing as restraining something. Most things restrained are physical things. Trauma is an example of non-physical thing. People's brains are naturally restrained. I am currently sharing the urge to call you a dip dude. Point is, trans people and gay people shouldn't have to restrain who they are in order to appease a god that either does not exist or is so cruel that they are gay and trans people just condemn them for being gay or trans. It doesn't create gay or trans people. They go against his ways. They do that nasty stuff. They give it to their carnal desires, the temptations to sin. That's how that works. So no, got it wrong. Next. So when who a person is not gay or trans, I say, those are temptations to sin. God gives us a choice to follow his ways or go against them, but he hints that we should choose to follow his ways and have a good life instead of going against his ways. Having a bad one in the Bible. Also, evolution just a theory, recessive chromosomes do not count, and the intersex people are deformed. Science has proven that there are only two types of genitalia, male and female with mammals. Done. Done. Fred is not happy because, of course, I'm right. Continue on. Go. Being gay and trans is ultimately part of my identity. It isn't. That isn't. Because that's FL. It's how I was born, or it wasn't. You chose to follow the nasty stuff. It's bad news. It's not my entire personality, but it's a part of me. It isn't. Yeah, the sinful part. Stop it. Holders that exist away from Christianity have concepts of trans people with multiple genders through lies, bad cultures. Certain ones, for example, it's a gender identity that came into existence around 400 BC, which is far beyond the birth of Christ. Who cares? It's wrong. Anyway, another example of cultural and identity is two spirit, a lie, which is an umbrella term for the non-binary identities. Native American culture, lies. Another example is this other thing, a third gender from Hawaiian culture, lies. The existence of these third genders through lies it has mostly been covered up when the Europeans began colonizing these areas because they're wrong. Are you saying these cultures are sinful for acknowledging transgender people and third genders throughout their histories?